Hello everyone, this is a 3D printed gas mask. Now it may not be obvious from the outside, but if you look on the inside, you will see this is just FDM printed plastics. I've designed this mask myself and I'm going to talk a little bit about it. So in this mouthpiece there's actually a 3D printed thread. Now a lot of people are complaining that when they insert a tube 40 millimeters into the 3D printed thread that it doesn't stick. Like it holds a little bit, but you can sort of pull it out. I think what's causing this, because when I test printed this, it did work. Like now, of course, there's a metal insert. I'm going to talk about this in this video, but for me, the 3D printed thread did actually fit. But I designed this for a 0.8 millimeter nozzle. So I also printed it on an Ender 3 S1. And when you do 3D printing, designing, you have to take tolerances into account. And the Ender 3 is not exactly a very precise printer, especially with a 0.8 millimeter nozzle. So it did take quite a bit of margin. And when I inserted the thread, it would stick. It would fit properly. It would not fall out. Now, if people are printing it with a different printer, maybe different materials, maybe there's some shrinkage or no shrinkage, and a different nozzle, then the margins are going to change. Especially newer machines, those are more accurate. And then perhaps this is going to fall out. Now I'm going to talk about this perfect solution, which you can see here, which is I've taken the female end of a hose. As you can see, it has the male end and the female end. Obviously, these have a perfect fit together. So if we take this female end and we insert it in the gas mask itself, then we're gonna have a perfect fit on this one, right? So what you need two tubes, one that you keep on the costume and one that you can actually take apart. If we take this one, there's a bit of fabric that's glued on the tube. This is the old Soviet tube. So this fabric can be taken off, and then there's also, I believe, a metal ring that you have to take off, and then this can be taken apart. And then you have this female adapter that you can insert into the gas mask. So I'm going to show you this one. This is a modern 40 millimeter gas mask tube. Now these should be compatible, as you will see. You can sort of put them into each other. For cosplay, I would not say that this is going to produce an airtight fit, so do not use this for any safety equipment. But for cosplay, this fit is probably sufficient. Now you will see this fit, it doesn't turn all the way in as it did with the original one. It's much tighter, and that is because probably these are slightly different standards. You can see, maybe you can see it, the gauge is a little bit different. So, but even for this one, if you just buy two of these, let's see if we can actually remove this thing. It's just an elastic band. Just cut the fabric apart, then you have the inside ring, you also take it out, and then you have only this part left. So how do you insert it into the mask? You do this by taking a heat gun, and with the heat gun you blow the hot air, or like a hairdryer, you blow it onto the mouthpiece. Not too hot, but also not like, it has to be quite warm. And the plastic, you will not see it deform unless you do it too hot, but generally it stays in shape even if it's hot. but it will be malleable. So if you were to like squish it, then the shape is lost. But when it is hot, you take the female end, you slowly screw it in, and then you let it cool off. And because it's hot, it will make slightly enough space for this to fit in. And then you will just have the perfect fit always to connect the hose to your gas mask. Now, one more reason why I think the complaint that this is falling out of the gas mask recently is because I stopped selling these. These were the ones I used when I designed the 3D printed thread. But those are no longer available. So we moved to more modern productions. And because they have slightly different margins, you can also tell like this is not as good of a fit as the original one. So actually the 3D printed thread is no longer perfectly attuned to the tubes that are widely available. So I think the best solution, just buy 2 of these, take off the female end, insert it in the gas mask by heating it up a little bit, and then you always have a perfect fit. Now, good luck. I will show you. It's also possible for the Legion gas mask. I use the same method, just heat it up, insert the female end, and you have a perfect thread. Best of luck with the crafting, and see you on another video.